So it's been a while. I've been really wanting to work on this project, but I literally have not had time. So I know I left it out on a cliffhanger last time, and I have to admit, this one came out pretty good. Like it's not like great, but I feel like I say this every time, but I feel like this was a step closer. So today my goal is to burnish, which I know is going to mean that half of it rips off. I decided what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to definitely do like smaller pieces of the gold leaf, because I was watching videos and so much of it is just how you lay it. The control of the small pieces and just being able to do it flat seems to make a huge difference. So that's my goal for next time, but I'm feeling pretty motivated. In regards to tarnishing, wow, there's already pieces that I ripped off. Sweet. In regards to tarnishing, I've been just kind of watching and seeing how it's changing over time. I think, there's a big tarnish spot right there. I'll show you guys in a second. Yikes. I'm going to try to do tarnish resistant gold leaf next time. I don't even know if that's a thing. Like imitation gold leaf, I don't know if that's a thing. I don't think it is. This is the back, obviously. So that's a big tarnish spot. I mean, that would come off anyway, but there's a couple of smaller ones, like here on the sides. On the front, there's actually not that many, which may be a good sign, but I feel like eventually they would kind of bore through. I don't really know how tarnishing works. Anyway, so this is what the front looks like. And honestly, it kind of came out good. I'm beginning to accept that I don't think I'm going to get that perfect mirror finish that, professional gilders get with real gold leaf. I don't think that's going to be attainable. It's obviously my goal, but I'm adjusting my standards, so that way I can, continue to learn instead of just getting stuck on something because it's not perfect. But I feel like this came out really good. I kind of am beginning to sort of like this kind of stuff. I feel like I could work with it. There's obviously a couple of spots right here where I'm really curious to see what's gonna happen, like when I burnish it. And like a really good square right there. I'm just curious. I'm interested to see what's gonna happen. And I also was looking at my previous attempt that I had recorded, and the swirls that I didn't paint were so bad on the last one. They were so bad. I'm so glad I did this again, and now I think I'm starting to get a feel on the thickness and the motion. Swirls and circles are just hard for me, but I feel like I'll probably say that no matter what project I'm doing. So yeah, today is about burnishing, and I don't think I'm gonna do another lay today. I don't know if I'm gonna want to, which is fine, but I feel like I do need to get moving on this project just because I want to get stuff going. But yeah, so then this is the back. It's super bumpy. I'm sure I'm gonna rip tons of it off, but one thing that's interesting is I can really rub these and nothing's coming off. So I think I am getting closer to a proper size formulation, even though I don't remember what I did last time. But I am seeing that a lot of these pieces, really, they don't come off easy. The problem is that the gold scratches the gold. So when I have my cotton balls and I'm trying to burnish, if I get a little fleck of gold, it just rips up a whole sheet. So that is, I think, part of the reason why it's so important to get it to lay flat and not so crinkly like this. But I don't know, if I end up liking the crinkle, we could work with the crinkle. How many times can I say crinkle? But yeah, anyway, sit back, grab a bev, get comfortable. Thanks for coming on this journey with me, and let's do some burnishing. I'm back. I don't want to get too excited, but I may end up keeping this one. It's interesting because I've been, practicing my burnishing and trying to figure out like how firm of a hand, how soft of a hand. What I'm noticing is that it's a lot of going over the same spot for like a long time because I'm trying to like get off the extra and like smooth it out. It doesn't look great now, but I hope you can see the potential that I can. One thing that's interesting is that the back, because I've been doing the burnishing, looks better than the front. So I'm not sure what that, oh, I think I have gold in my eye. I'm not sure what that's about. But I'm really curious to see how another lay is gonna do, because I'm curious if there's like these almost like little, they're not like cracks, but there are cracks, but they're like folds in the leaf. And I saw on the professionals, again, with professional materials and experience, etc., etc., they have those same folds, but they burnish out. So I'm curious if burnishing is a process that takes a long time. I feel like I should have looked into this and like I should have figured it out, but that's kind of half the fun. I figured it out by myself and then I'm like, oh, this is an issue I'm running into. Let's see if I can troubleshoot it. Anyway, so I feel like burnishing might be a very long process. So I'm going to do some research and see if that's the case. I also kind of practiced on the outside pieces, like with a really firm hand, different, like motions, circular, up and down, side to side. And I did find like a lot came off like I was expecting, but there's this one straight line down the middle and I'm very curious about that. I'm curious to see how that's going to lay with another leaf, because it's actually the part that I thought that was going to come out nice and it's kind of not. So I'm hoping it'll pick this up enough. So obviously there's a lot that came off, but this is like a straight line that obviously I must have placed and I didn't realize, but I'm very curious to see if it's going to kind of blend. Most of the professionals were saying to do a 1/4 of an inch overlay. I wasn't able to achieve that, as you guys saw. I just kind of like slapped it on. Which is why next time I'm gonna definitely size down the pieces of the leaf so that I can do that 1/4 inch overlay and maybe stop from those big bubbles and clumps appearing. But like, there's still all those really tiny little folds and little crevices and I don't know, what have you. But I don't know. I feel like this one might have some potential. Or if not this one, it might be the next one. So this is good. I'm excited. I'm feeling positive about this. Like here came out pretty good. There was a corner that I was working with. Yeah, so I'm curious if this kind of texture is just what I'm gonna have to, it's probably just like my face. I'm curious if like this texture is just kind of what I'm gonna have to deal with going forward. And it is tarnishing. It definitely is tarnishing. So maybe a different brand will help. Maybe it cannot be helped. Maybe we cannot be saved. But I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this, to be honest. This is I'd say the best one so far. Because it's not a perfect mirror finish. Like I said, I don't think we're going to achieve that. But like, I don't know, man. Like that kind of looks cool, right? It's not gonna be perfect, and I'm sure as I continue to do this, I will continue to develop my skills and what works and what doesn't. But like, I'm gonna do one more lay. Not today, I don't feel like it. I should do it today, but I don't want to, and I don't force myself to do art projects unless it's like time sensitive, because then it becomes not fun. So I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna see like what happens and what I can learn from that. Probably scrape it off, do one more, and then I might move on to ordering other colors and trying that out. So I'm feeling optimistic. But I want to show you guys the back, because the back actually looks better than the front does. A lot of those little creases aren't nearly as visible, but it's probably, I don't know. Well, it's not as mirrory. Yeah, I can actually see myself in this side, and this one I can't. I can do it with you guys. So like, this is the back. I'm hoping that works, and you can kind of see stuff, but then I flip it to the front and like I can actually see myself. I wouldn't do my makeup in this. Am I like right here? I wouldn't do my makeup in this, but like, I mean, we might be cooking with gas. We might be cooking with gas here. I'm not gonna get too excited, and I'm just gonna leave it there, but yeah, stay tuned for the next laying, and then burnishing again, and then exciting things. So stay tuned. We got cool stuff cooking. See you in a bit. Bye.